Welcome to Odd Autos. This is Custom or Classic. Welcome back to Custom or Classic, where we have finished our classic build and we are about to start on the custom one. We've had a busy couple of months getting some jobs out of the way to earn some cash so we can sink it all into our Escort. What have we been doing, Keith?
So the first one we done was a Ginetta Junior, which was my friend's lad who is 14. He's been racing it this season, so we've had to do all the bodywork on it, give it a quick paint job so they could sell it.
And also we picked up an old Austin Healey which had been sat in a garage for 30 years and brought it back here.
Which we totally stripped all the underside down, repaired all the panels and gave it a complete respray inside and out.
And he had the car back yesterday and paid us the money so we can sink it into this car. So enough about that, let's talk about this Escort, the good and the bad points. It's a Mark II Escort and I only paid $3,750 for it plus the shipping. The roof's not bad on it, no dents.
It is good, yeah.
So believe it or not, that's it for the good points on this car, so on with the bad points. Right, the bonnet is micro blistered, so it's got tiny balls of rust under the paint all over, so it's got to be chucked. The boot's covered in micro blisters and a lot of filler in there too. Bit of rust there, more rust here, and a bit more micro blistering. Battery tray's rusty. The rear quarter seems to be crying a bit of rust. Bonnet strengtheners come away a bit. Thinking about keeping these mirrors because they look nice. No. Somebody's drilled a hole straight through the roof skin. Brilliant. Both front seat anchors have all ripped out the floor. This rear panel's been cut, and have a look at that exhaust. Ooh. Somebody's cut and rolled all four arches and made a right pig's ear of it. Super racing steering wheel. The gear change is a bit floppy. It was like it when I bought it, probably because the gearbox was missing. So even though the rust is not as bad as the last one, it still needs all coming apart and fully rebuilding. Right, let's start at the front and work our way back on what we're going to do. So with the engine, we're going to get rid of this 1600 crossflow. Unfortunately, there's loads of movement in the crank, so we're going to have to chuck it in the bin. So what I've done is spent some money and gone out and bought a 2009 Focus ST. The Focus has got a 5-cylinder 220 brake turbo motor in it. So we're going to take that out, put it in here and hopefully mate it to a RX-8 5-speed box.
Yeah, the Focus is absolutely mint. The owner really looked after it, kept it lovely and clean. Trouble is, somebody hit it up the back end and wrote it off.
Instead of spending loads of money on a mappable ECU and all the tuning that goes with it, I'm going to take the ECU and loom out of the Focus and put it in this, which also takes us to the interior. So for the interior, because I'm going to use the original loom out the Focus for the engine, I'm also going to bring in the dash and the clocks. Now the speedo runs off the ABS sensors, so I'm going to try and bring that over to, and also the traction control. What I'll probably do is put the front ABS sensors off the Focus on the back, and then when we wheel spin, the traction control should work. Also, I think having the keyless start will be good, so I'll try and get that working too. And I'm going to fit a roll cage and we're going to get the seats out of the Focus and put them in with some harnesses. Also, more than likely, a bias pedal box and maybe a remote servo. We'll see what the brakes are like. So with the rear diff, we want to get all that power down nicely onto the road. To get a good axle with a limited slip diff, it costs about £4,500. So I'm hopefully going to take a little shortcut. Sierra Cosworths, they can handle 400 horse easy, but they're a single diff with external drive shafts. So hopefully I'm going to fit one of those and make a multi-link rear suspension setup. And then with that, we can put bigger Sierra disc brakes on the back and also put some big brakes on the front to stop it nicely. So now we get to talking about the outside. I'm going to stick some polycarb windows in it, and then we've got to choose what we're going to do with the rest of the body. So I can't draw to save my life, so I've done some renders on Tinkercad, and we're going to have 4 choices that hopefully you can choose from boring to mental. So we're going to have choices A, B, C or D. So let's go and take a look on the computer. Right, you'll have to bear with me with this because I'm new at all this Tinkercad stuff, but I'm going to try and show you these 4 choices so you can choose what we're going to do. What I like to do on a car, we're not normal autos here, or race autos, or rally autos, we're odd autos. If I build a car and somebody says, oh, it's an Escort, you know, that usually means you've just got some wheels and arches and stuck it on. It's not that custom really. If you go too far and you build a car and they're like, what the hell is that? Well, then that's too far. I always like to be in the middle where somebody kind of goes, is that an Escort? Is it, isn't it? You know, and that's the best way to do it. Right, so we're going to start. We know it's going to have a 5-cylinder engine and a Sierra diff. I'm not going to bore you with designing the engine and all that lot because it takes a bit of time. So we're just going to grab our engine and diff and put it straight into choice A. So there we have the engine and diff. Diff is ready done Sierra one. We've got our 5-cylinder engine. So we're going to copy both of these and put them into our workload. So engine's about there, diff's probably about there. Right, I've done a roll cage already. It's real rough, so don't again judge me on that. Where is it? There it is. Look at that, nice. Let's copy and take that into our job. Right, and there we go. That's the cage in. So let's place the engine about there. We want probably cylinder 2 in line with the strut tops. Right, the diff inside this housing. Let's lift it up. Is that in the middle? Near enough. Right, engine and diff. So let's grab a set of wheels, which I've already done. Mini lights. Copy those and put them in. Now the cage is going to go like a metallic orange because the seats in the Focus have got the orange piece in them. I want to try and bring that orange into our build. Right, let's stick the wheels back. Now choice A, I've just done a little Escort. There we go. So that's our Escort, forest or tarmac arches on it. So we're going to cut and copy that and put it into our design and lift it. That's probably about how I want it sat really, probably a bit higher. The problem with choice A is we've got this lovely engine, this lovely conversion, and we can't see it. So, but that's kind of a run-of-the-mill Escort build these days. Cage, arches, mini lights. So that's choice A, but thinking about it, the car is going blue. There we go. So the blue brings out the gold, apart from me roll cage sticking out the bottom of the car. And that's basically choice A if we go with that. So choice B, just to show you quickly, I downloaded a Hot Wheels car. And what we're going to do is cut the side out of it. And then I'll make another side, reverse it, and then stick it on our Escort body. And it will turn out, it won't look just like this, but something close. So what I'm thinking is a wide-bodied Mk2 Escort. Obviously this wing's proper rubbish at the moment, but maybe like kind of a Zack Speed kit or something, but hand make. You know, a wider body out of steel. Leave the bonnet off, big turbo out the front, get the exhaust out of a diffuser at the back, but that kind of thing. So that's choice B. So choice C, what I'm thinking is when you get a cafe racer bike, they basically take all the body panels off, so you're just left with a seat, an engine and a frame and a fuel tank. So can we bring that into the car world and do something like that? So what I'm thinking is get the Escort shell, let's get it straight, put some cuts through it, and then basically having like a floating front panel and a floating rear panel. And then you can see that engine and I'll be able to see the diff. So something a bit like that. So I can see the wheels, the diff, the fuel tank, excuse the roll cage at the front, it'll obviously be better than that. I can see in at the engine, I'll be able to see all the suspension, all the working parts of the car. I don't know about the doors yet. I did do a cutout so we could put some perspex in there so you could see through, but I don't know if the seat will be in the way. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, basically that is choice C. So we're on to the final choice, choice D, which I know the purists will absolutely hate. We get our shell and we're going to chop even more out of it. So let's get rid of that and let's do that. So we've got again a floating front panel and then the back end's totally gone. So what I'm thinking, look, it'll look a bit like this. Obviously the cage will be slightly different. This is just an ideas thing, that kind of thing. So fully cut rear end, obviously do something probably not as wide as that because that looks a bit gross, but big gay wing on the back, floating front panel, intercooler sticking out the front, oil cooler, huge wide rear wheels, and just being able to see all the mechanicals. The only problem with this is I've got nowhere to put the fuel tank, so they might get sunk into the rear footwell maybe, but yeah, that is the one for the mentalists, choice D. Let me know in the comments. So first thing on the agenda is to get this engine out of this Focus. So right, Keith, can you pull the bonnet for us, mate?
Your wish is my command. Well, where's the bonnet pull?
Naughty Ford, naughty, worst invention in the world. And now they've changed it on the new ones with a cable and they're just as bad. So Keith got the engine out. It was his first solo engine removal and he did a mint job.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be, but the engine is huge.
It's a big old, yeah, it's a big old beast. It looks now like a harder job than what I thought to get it into this Escort, but if we do, it's going to go like stink. So that's it for part one of the video. Remember to leave your vote in the comments, A, B, C or D, on what you would like the car to turn out like. With this engine, we're also going to put a bit more power through it. I'm going to try and get it up to about sort of 350, 400 horse. If you want me to go more in depth for the engine change, just let me know, because usually I'd probably skim over it a bit lighter. But if you want to see all the effort that goes into this, let me know and I'll do a video on that as well. Right, so I'll say bye for now.
See you in the next one.
Catch you later.